talking about MAXPAX. In the bottom left side from Team Axon, he is MAXPAX, the Danish Phenom. Talking about Phenoms, in the top right side, we have a red Terran player fighting for Team Liquid. It's the Frenchman, CLEM. Representing a lovely little... It looks like some sort of ant lion or something like that. Lovely stuff. Very adorable picture of an ant lion. MAXPAX, kind of the player here that we do expect to open up the Book of Weirdness, right? Probably the player that is going to cause the most hubbub in the first couple of moments in the game. So far, though, he does seem to be kind of content with playing a pretty regular game. We have been seeing this coming more and more out of MAXPAX recently, right? It's getting better and better equipped with the, well, how do you call it? The mid to late game situations as well. Cybercore into Nexus. Very standard. Little probe being a nuisance here. Wants to try and get that SCV a little bit lower so that perhaps he might be able to snipe it at some later point in time. One Marine now ready to protect that line, though. No probe will have to come back to hurt that little SCV anymore. Alright, well, if they do, they will get shot down rather quickly. From CLEM, I am expecting the everyday kind of macro-esque Terran, right? Maybe some drops here and there. Maybe a small timing push, but I don't think CLEM would be the person to very quickly start building something across the map. Do a proxy, get very aggressive with like that. Even if I say the timing attacks, probably if you would see CLEM do the timing attack, I would feel that it's more likely that he's gonna try to still macro up behind that rather than just pull the SCVs with it as well. At least as a plan from the get-go. Perhaps if he gets a little bit behind overall in the grand scheme of things, maybe that would be the moment for him to try and make something like that happen, of course, but nowhere near that just quite yet. Single Adept tries to get a kill on that Marine with the probe as well, but the probe doesn't quite manage to get to the Marines here, so good micro from CLEM. Oh, there we are. Some target fire from MAXPAX trying to get rid of these Marines still. Losing one of the Adepts, but getting about 3 was that, wasn't it, of the Marines, so you know what? Somewhat okay. Especially since there is an Oracle coming up as well. There are Widow Mines being burrowed, protecting the mineral line. So far only a single one, and might get a Cyclone afterwards. No, he's just gonna transfer over. Okay, could be for the Raven as well, of course. Just wants to get himself the medevac and move out with potentially the Widow Mine and probably a couple of Marines as well. Okay, yeah, let's leave the Widow Mine at home. Doesn't have anything protecting the mineral line over here, though. The natural base completely exposed. And the Oracle does come in to do quite a bit of damage there. Only getting 4 kills so far. I thought that would be more. The Widow Mine is in range, and that does shut that down rather quickly. Looks like MAXPAX perhaps a little bit on his toes back at home, watching that area more so, realizing that should be a medevac coming in. Shuts it down rather handedly. Medevac trying to escape here. Looks like MAXPAX doesn't want to really risk losing a Phoenix over getting that prize of war. The dead Medevac with a reasonable amount of Marines in there as well. But yeah, both just going to go back to their own side of the map. Slight bit of scouting with a single Phoenix here. I want to just get a good look at what the army composition of CLEM is at this moment in time. Sees pretty much everything there, I would assume. And he did Luke as he was flying over there. Viking, a Cyclone. Doesn't know about the siege tank though, but should know about the Widowmine still. That little line, the orange line of the Widowmine, was quite well hidden as well though. Right, okay. Anyway, we do have an attack coming in for CLEM. Who's making that third base behind this, right? So it's some pressure. Hoping to get rid of some Phoenix, maybe some gateway units. Force MAXPAX to remake those. Slow him down on his overall tech route. Maybe get some probes as well. That would always be nice. Alright, nice. Nice, very good Widowmine drag actually into the Marines. But the Marines are still standing. Very low in their HP, but a lot of them still kind of up and walking about. Couple of probes going down as well. There goes the siege tank finally. Will be. No, it still lives. Alright, there we go. Phoenix will fall for it though. Void Ray still on low HP. There we are. The shield battery, of course, can't really out-heal a Widowmine. No overcharge remaining either, but it looks like CLEM realizes that his time has kind of passed by there, where it's going to be useful for those units to be in that position. So he's going to try to get back with as much as possible here. Looks like that will just basically be a Cyclone. The medevac with the Widowmine would have been cool if that would have worked, of course. A nice little attempt, but doesn't quite make it over across without MAXPAX. His Phoenix is catching eye on it. Catching the eye of the Phoenix. A couple of Zealots here. They melt rather quickly, especially without that charge upgrade. Not doing too much. The Void Ray has to run away as well, since how much HP is only remaining? It's well, it's 6. So definitely doesn't want to be shot at right now. Phoenix is still patrolling the skies around this area. Might be able to pick up any movements from CLEM, of course, if he does decide to move out on the map. Or well, potentially some of those medevacs as well, of course. 62 workers versus 62 workers. It's not a bad place to be here for CLEM. Also, I forgot to add the best of 9 in between here. It is going to be a best of 9. Maybe this is just MAXPAX still trying to kind of feel out how the regular macro is going to be versus CLEM here today. Maybe afterwards he's going to try to get a bit more aggressive. Or if this just works out very well, maybe we'll just stick to this, right? Because so far, I mean, it's not going bad. He's falling behind a little bit now because of the economy, I would say. It looks like CLEM just been building more SCVs overall. I mean, they didn't lose a lot of workers here, did they? No. CLEM actually lost more workers than MAXPAX, so yeah, CLEM a bit more on top of the production, it seems, the macro of the game, and that might just cause him to be able to steamroll his opponents here. The Storm does come in at a good time. Might be able to still hold off this push here without any ghost presence. Those Storms should be able to do quite a bit, but great splits from Mr. CLEM, putting those Marauders at the front. And making MAXPAX wonder if he actually does want to try and storm either 1 or 2 Marauders here. More Zealots warping in. The medevacs are getting a little bit low as the Marauders, their HP bars not really coming back up anymore, but that's reinforcements for CLEM, and the reinforcements for MAXPAX was already struggling clearing up the rest of the force here. Will it be enough? The Widowmines are all present as well. They are not being cleaned up right now, so they are going to reset, giving an ever-present kind of obstacle course for those Zealots to run through. As the army of CLEM is happily just parade pushing still across the map here. Looking to make use of that Widowmine field over and over again. Need to have an observer coming out for MAXPAX. I don't think he has an oracle at the moment either. There is an observer, right? It's with the army right now. Oh, those zealots are clumping up a little bit though. Alright, does spread them out a little bit. But I don't think a little bit will cut it at this moment in time anymore. MAXPAX. Struggling. Okay, good micro there with the War Prism. But more Widow Mines still remain. The units of MAXPAX are just slowly being whittled down. CLEM behind is, by the way, comfortably sitting on 4 bases as well. 2 more Widow Mines killing 3 Zealots right here. 2 more Widow Mines join in. Ready to kill 3 more Zealots, it looks like. Oh, no, that one goes for the Archon kill. That's perfectly fine as well. That High Templar trying to get a buddy to be made into an Archon together, but wasn't meant to be. CLEM just kind of teaming ahead right there off of the 3 base, making it a 4 base behind it as well, while just manhandling MAXPAX right there off the back of that fantastic economy that he managed to establish there. So yeah, that puts us 1-0 in favor for CLEM. Probably the way that a lot of people anticipate this to go, right? CLEM is really good after all. MAXPAX, absolutely fantastic as well, but I mean, we're talking about like top 2, top 3 Europe here, right? It's a rough club to get into, and well, CLEM honestly really established himself there. MAXPAX, he's knocking on the door, but he's a little bit younger than the other ones as well that managed to get that high. So maybe it's still going to happen, right? I mean, you can see it right here. He's definitely making some great moves. He's not making it easy for CLEM. But then again, CLEM with the superpower to make things look easy for himself, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Game number 2. Will there be a change of tactics here, or is MAXPAX just going to try to do this again here? Keep in mind there is, of course, the Matcherino still available, so if you want to help out these players, that's a fantastic place to do so. I believe there's also the replay pack that you could buy. There's cast a tip jar if you think I'm doing an alright job. You know, good enough for a cup of coffee or something like that. Doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought that counts. Or just a little code. A little code. Top right side, there is a blue Protoss player fighting for Team Axon. It's from Denmark. It is MAXPAX. Bit stuttery on the camera work there, but will work for now. The bottom left side, he's got 1 point in his name. It's the Red Frenchman, the Terran. Team Liquid, CLEM. With a very fluffy, it looks like wet giraffe. As a team picture right there. Lovely. Adorable. Who knew a giraffe could look that cute? It is quite something. A lot of people think giraffes not that cute or adorable, but you know what? If you're on Team Liquid, you make it so. Oh, MAXPAX putting a little wall down here. Well, or should we say, avoidance for a wall. It's going to be difficult to put that barracks down. Oh, well, I guess because he doesn't want to put it down there. He's building a tac lab. So yeah, MAXPAX might be under the impression that there is some aggression coming across. He is building a zealot. This is working out absolutely fantastic for CLEM actually, because he's going for the Marauder strategy with Concussive Shell. Which means the zealot here is going to be pretty much useless entirely, right? He should have seen it now, right? Yeah, okay. He knows. He knows. So the Zealot needs to have some protection. That is going to be the Adept. Don't want to be building the Stalkers right now, so he's going to be chronoing out those Adepts. Get himself the second base. But yeah, it does look like MAXPAX kind of falling for it here. Let's see if MAXPAX is going to be losing those early on gateway units now as well. If he's just gonna do something else entirely here. Might have something planned. Or some route B he's going to be taking here. After seeing what CLEM is going for. Here's a pylon being built after all. Could that be for a Stargate? Might be. Bit more money being spent by MAXPAX. Okay, the Marauders trying their best. A little bit of missed micro there from CLEM, I would say. Getting hit by the Zealot as well. Another Marauder coming in. Uh-oh. He's got to shoot the Zealot, so... Ah, he killed the Marauder. Oh, well. There's two Adepts now with his Zealot. CLEM, he's going to get the other Adept. There we are. Looks like he's stepping up the micro a little bit. Should be able to clean this up right here. That Stargate is being proxied still, but CLEM is not sitting still himself. He is starting to build up at home as well. He's got some Widow Mine on the way and a starport here. Wonder if he's gonna try to go for that. Ooh, Adept there, also getting knocked out. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna go for the Viking again. He doesn't quite know what MAXPAX is going for. Marauder at the front getting shot down. Where is this Stargate actually? Okay, it was being built back at home, not being proxied. That is the gateway here. Unless if MAXPAX cleverly disguised it somehow. Alright, gets in with a shade behind the mineral line in the natural. CLEM is on top of it with his bio, but it's not that much, and I don't think he has... Okay, no, he does have stim. He doesn't have combat shield, though, so those marines still die a little bit quick, but the majority of deaths there, it looks like, were SCVs. 8 of them being picked off, and that's not bad, that for MAXPAX. Well, as long as he doesn't come to rue the day that he threw away that bit of his army, because of some big bio ball that is coming in. More SCVs getting picked off. 12 right now in total. MAXPAX picking up the pace. I hear a lot of Terrans. Oh no, that's gonna block your tech lab. That's gonna block your tech lab, CLEM. No! CLEM doesn't need a tech lab. The CLEM builds where he likes. CLEM does what he wants. Thank you, Lieutenant Zonda. Is that Lieutenant? Is the LT for Lieutenant? I would like to think so. Lieutenant Zonda, thank you for all, well, the roses, the hypes, and the bravo. Much appreciated. So what is MAXPAX's plan here? Big ball of Stalkers, that's for sure. That's coming across the map. CLEM is also trying to come across the map. The Oracle did scout this army moving out, so maybe MAXPAX here just looking to gain the high ground for a couple of rounds. Blink away when he needs to. Blink did just finish up, so perfectly timed here. Gets a siege tank. Gets a couple of marines as well. Not bad for MAXPAX here to start things off with. A couple of his Stalkers also getting punished with his Stim follow-up, chasing down the Blinked Stalkers. And now don't have that teleportation ability quite available. A couple of Widow Mines go into the ground, a bit far removed from the battle overall, but realizing that you can't have this battle that close to the shield battery, especially when it's overcharging. Medevac loading up with a couple of Widow Mines. MAXPAX not picking up on the fact just quite yet. There he goes, does spot it now. One Widow Mine does get unburrowed, so buying a bit more time before those probes are allowed to come back. And at the front door, CLEM trying to find another opportunity here to do some damage. That's some unfortunate movement from that Medevac right there. I tell you, did not want to go here. And here we have a massive Stim forward from CLEM. A couple more units coming in from the backside as well. But with the shield battery and the cannons there, I think that MAXPAX, yeah. I think CLEM kind of on the same ropes here. MAXPAX was in an okay position to kind of take that fight there. So MAXPAX and CLEM stop fighting and try to find another opportunity elsewhere. More Widowmine droppage coming in. Medevac all the way to the left side. It seems that MAXPAX is aware of it though. CLEM coming in with another Widowmine drop on the right side. The double whammy, always a good one. Medevac here getting a little bit low, but the Blink Stalkers may have been duped. Have they though? Ooh, this is rough. Gateway in the middle has been found. A couple of Stalkers going down there. Widow Mines in the main and the natural. Not getting much. Ooh, picking it back up again. Going for the third. Don't have a reaction just quite yet. And there you go. 7, maybe 6 actually. 6 probes, I would say. Quick. Ah, too late. Can't see it anymore. Pop-up CLEM show match. Yeah, man. CLEM and MAXPAX, honestly. 2 very, very cool players to see. Suddenly just kind of have a show match together. Kind of came out of nowhere as well. Just Sushi like, yeah, I'm setting up CLEM versus MAXPAX for today. You in? Well, I need to get my bicycle from the repair shop. Oh, sure. Big battle here. The Stalkers getting a nice arc on the right flank of CLEM's army. CLEM trying to keep as much of the bio involved with this battle as possible, but it looks like he will be losing more than his opponent here in the end. Oh, an awkward blink furthering the distance between the Medevacs and the Stalkers there. I could have given Blink maybe a bit of a misclick there, unfortunately. Ooh, Widow Mines. Nice, a bit. Ooh, okay. It's awkward. Oh, manages to not lose much there, right? Is CLEM going in again here? Doesn't have much. It's just 3 Marauders, 3 Marines, and a Widow Mine. There we go, that's the rest. There's a couple of Marauders joining in with the Marines. 9 new boys in total. But you know what, that's the ever so lovely train of Terrans still coming in right behind it. There you have it, the next fight here for the 4th base of MAXPAX. Will CLEM be able to disrupt the economy here and nuff it? Wow, yeah, that is already cancelled. There's nothing here really. There's a single Archon waiting in the back line and a couple of Zealots. Finally, a Colossi comes in, but that is too little too late, I would say. It's just going to get targeted down, especially without any type of extended thermal lance. Even with the shield battery overcharge. CLEM just kind of walks in and slaps MAXPAX down. Wow. Very tough for MAXPAX right there. Very tough. He's gonna get another map choice. Maybe this time around, he's gonna get the smaller maps. I'm not sure. Maybe a proxy map or something where he could try something else on. Because man, it's just a machine of macro, that CLEM, isn't it? Just an absolute ungodly machine. Never turns off. Just keeps going. And eventually that train is just miles ahead of you, right? I mean, he even did pretty decent damage there to CLEM, if I'm not mistaken, right? What was it? Well, I guess afterwards the Widowmine also got a bit of damage done, but before then, am I going crazy? Well, he did some with the Adepts, right? He managed to get like 8 SCVs, and then the Oracle came in and he got like 14 SCVs in total. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like it may have, maybe if those Widowmines didn't do as much, or maybe if MAXPAX, it's hard to say, right? At this level, it boggles the mind. How many different things could have happened as well, but yeah. MAXPAX just fell behind in the economy, even though he did do economic damage at the start, and that on its own is just absolutely terrifying. For MAXPAX, of course, or any MAXPAX fan. We're not quite sure if that is going to stay repeating itself here. Or if that means that MAXPAX is just going to go on the offensive here, right? We don't know. We don't know. I mean, TVP, a lot of Terrans, they do say that it is quite Protoss favorite right now, but CLEM not making it look like it, right? MAXPAX requested a 2-minute break after asking for Defora as the map, the third map, right? The third map in the series. Looks like he is ready now. I'd say this is an important one for MAXPAX to win. If he wants to have some confidence left in this series, this one's gonna matter, right? Either 3-point difference or a 1-point difference. It's a stark difference indeed. I mean, if it would be a best of 5, that would already be the end of it then, right? That would just be a 3-0 clean sweep. And just that fall could be quite demoralizing. Knowing that you still have to keep going as well. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, well, with this one, I mean, Death Aura, we are going to see something sneaky. I would kind of expect it to be here. There we are. Alright, scoreboard is correct now. Looks like we are good to go. In the top left side, we have a blue Protoss player fighting for Team Axon. He is the Danish MAXPAX. Bottom right side, someone is looking to close this out maybe a little bit quicker than he had anticipated before. Anyway, the red Terran from France, Team Liquid's CLEM. What is that? Is that a baby leopard? I think it is. Baby leopard, as his profile picture there. Rather adorable. Alright, so. Don't have those in France, I believe, leopards, but you know what? On the internet, you can bring them rather close. At least they feel close. The illusion is there, I suppose, right? Anyway. Little probe coming in here into the natural base, looking for what is going on. Sees that, oh, the barracks is missing once again. Alright, well, is it over here like it was last time? You're trying to build some marauders, aren't you? No, sir, not quite. This time around, MAXPAX not going for the zealots here. That was something that did happen, of course, the last time, where CLEM did kill off a lot of the gateway forces off of MAXPAX right off the bat with those marauders. Kind of caught MAXPAX at bad moments. Right, so this probe's still looking around, still trying to find the barracks, but can't really find it. He is just probably hoping that it is just somewhere across on this side of the map, because this this gateway is not ready with the adept that is coming in. So here is the first Reaper. There's another one in production, so the second one will arrive later on. Good micro so far. Beautiful micro, actually. Gonna keep the regeneration. Okay, no, actually, a bit rough. Only getting 2 probes so far, so MAXPAX pretty good with the probe micro here as well, I would say. There's the second Reaper right now. CLEM and MAXPAX are going to go on the quite the hissy fit of Micro here. 2 more barracks. Okay. I do like the triple barracks play. Just give me Marines and give me Marauders. Get me that stim pack and that's all we need. Have that song go again. Stim, stim every day, something like that. What did he see? Saw the bunker. Didn't see anything there, so didn't go up the ramp. Probably just gonna scatter the bunker. Dark Shrine. Ooh. MAXPAX. Making it interesting here. Together with the Robo. Alright. CLEM. He does have an engineering bay because he wants to get that +1 for his big ball of Marine boys. Let's hope for his sake that he will start building some missile turrets as well. Still has a little while, of course. I mean, most likely the Robo will have to finish. Then we'll have to have the Warp Prism kind of fly over. Well, be built first, of course. Then the Warp Prism flies over. And then that is kind of the moment where things get hairy. So probably as the Warp Prism kind of finishes up here, that's most likely when you should... okay, he's already getting a missile turret. Jam. As the Warp Prism kind of flies over, I would say that is kind of the last moment, probably. Nice warp in, saving the wall off there. Another attempt for CLEM trying to figure out what's going on here. Not getting the best of looks. No missile turret in the natural just quite yet, but is he saving up energy for a scan? Not at the moment. It's going to get rather close to one though. There's the Warp Prism. Third base for CLEM here. This barracks might be a bit exposed. Too far away from the missile turret. Still no missile turrets at the natural base. CLEM suspecting that barracks of being a traitorous barracks, so shoots it a little bit for interrogation's sake. There go the first DTs. The Warp Prism getting shot by the missile turret, of all things. One of the DTs does go down. CLEM, I don't think he has quite the energy for a scan right now. We'll have it in a little while. The Warp Prism gets chased away. One more second for the scan. There we go. Does have it. DT back in the main base though, of course. Another scan is available since the third base finished up. Trying to get the Warp Prism here to avoid the DT from being able to just be picked up as he scans. That way he forces the DT to stay there this time around. MAXPAX not quick enough with picking him up. But didn't send the Warp Prism in backwards either, so that's a really good thing. Little Reaper Scout getting slaughtered there. DT's turning into a Archon to continue onwards with the harassment. Missile turrets are being set up pretty much everywhere now, in every base by CLEM. At least I would assume we're going to get a third base missile turret here as well. Or he's just going to not spend all his energy continuously. Might be difficult. The Archon drop not getting anything done so far. This is a very weird march here. One Marine walking up to like 6 Stalkers, an Adept, and an Immortal. Trying to just worm himself through. I have to see the protospace. CLEM told me to. Okay, well, seem very committed. Well, that wasn't a great push here for MAXPAX, was it? A bit disappointing. I mean, the DTs on their own didn't really do anything either. Now MAXPAX trying to salvage the situation by coming in with another follow-up attack. The drop harassment here. Hopefully that is going to finally get him some value. Otherwise, this is not a good sign for him, of course. What's going on with my mouse? Stop it, mouse. CLEM starts doing some harassment of his own. Finds quite the lonesome pylon here. The tasteless pylon. Right, Stocks here having quite a bit of troubles cleaning this up, but I think they should. CLEM decides to just try and pick up and get the heck out of there. Probably a good call, but he's already set up with another army. Well, I say set up, they're marching to location. And I say army, it's really just a small cluster of units. But, I mean, when you see what's defending this, I mean, I think might even be a smaller cluster of units. So, Shield Battery Overcharge does save the day, though. Little Widow Mine hit does manage to get a good connection here. CLEM trying to get whatever you can on the left flank as well. Looks like a couple of Stalkers did still go down. The trading that CLEM is doing here, absolutely insane with the value of those DTs, especially, of course. And with that, I mean, it's hard to try and figure out a good way for MAXPAX to proceed here. Normally, in a situation like this, I would say go for the Disruptors. But, I mean, you're facing against CLEM, the man that is known for his dodging of Disruptor shots. There's nobody that dodges Disruptors as CLEM does. No one quite as aloof. Quite as clean, crisp, smooth with those spreads. And, well, 7 and... okay time getting rid of most of those zealots here as well, it seems. Repositioning a little bit to the left as the right side gets under threat of a medevac filled up with Widow Mines. There we go. MAXPAX seeing this army move at the edge of the ramp. You have to wonder if CLEM purposely moved closer to the edge in order to get an opening here, perhaps for these Widow Mines. 6 of the probes do fall. The third Widow Mine, not the best location, but might still be able to get something here. Let's see. No, it's not going to get anything. It's not going off at all. Drop in the main base. Only the Colossi can walk up those ledges here. And that is going to be punished rather quickly. That's a lot of sentries. That is a ton of gas. CLEM shoots down the Colossi first. Should be a very nice target here to target down all of those sentries now as well. Gets most of them, and wow, CLEM, just stop. Just, alright, well, just when you think, alright, MAXPAX is holding on a little bit again, it's just a whole brand new force that is doubling what's still left on the other side. GG, 3 points here for CLEM. It turns out that around 11 minutes is about the time when CLEM has done enough macro where he's just overwhelming MAXPAX here. Around 10 to 11 minutes seems to be the moment where that's just too much CLEM. That's just too much CLEM. Of course, that was off of the back of quite a bad start there for MAXPAX. But yeah, talking about bad start, going 3-0 in the best of 9, that is not a good start either. If he loses one more game, that's going to put CLEM already on match points. And, well, that would mean CLEM only needs to win one more map. Hoping CLEM still has some confidence left here to try and finish off the series. Maybe get himself a victory as well. I would assume that MAXPAX, he already tried most of his dirty tactics versus CLEM, right? And probably anything new that he is coming up with right now, this wouldn't be the place where he shows it. So that might be the reason why we are seeing MAXPAX trying to just kind of play his regular style as well. And to be fair, I mean, what better place to, or what better opponent to practice your macro against again than a player that is known for his ludicrous level of macro, right? That is just what you're gonna get. MAXPAX and CLEM ready on map number 4, Romanticide. Is Clem going to get himself already on match points straight off the bat? 4 victories in a row. Or is MAXPAX finally going to try and... well, I say try. He's been trying, don't get me wrong. But is MAXPAX finally going to have a try be successful? We'll have to see. A little bit dicey. What have you missed? Well, so far... it's been a fairly kind of, I wouldn't say repetitive, but very similar type of games that we've seen from these two. There are some clear differences per game with like the openings of MAXPAX, right? Whether that be Blink Stalkers, DTs, or the Stargate, but overall it would just kind of get around the 11-minute mark with the regular kind of macro game going on between the two. And then that's just too much Clem. That's just too much Clem. The macro of this kid is insane. Top left side. It's a red Terran player fighting for Team Liquid. It's the little Frenchman, Clem. Only 18 years old, and what's that? Is that a Indonesian mountain bear? I think it is, yeah. What an adorable little profile picture right there. Anyway, bottom right side, the blue Protoss from Team Axon. He is MAXPAX. Still about 2 years younger than Clem, I believe. I'm going for the engineering bay block. MAXPAX trying to return the favor. You know what? You can't have your natural base if I can't have mine. But then again, Clem can just build it right next to it. It's a little bit of a nuisance, right? Probably going to cancel that pylon. Yeah, perfectly fine. I like that he cancelled it. Little proxy pylon. Looks like trouble is a brewing for MAXPAX cattle here. Of brew. It's going to be a gateway. Alright, gateway on the left side of the mineral line, so on the inside. Wonder what the purpose of that would be. I mean, it's no downside, right, to put it here. Maybe for vision? I don't know. Maybe he just likes the idea of that. It kind of looks like a penis now, right? That might be the prime reason right here. An upside down, well, probably. Trying to give Clem a new mascot. Such a nice fella. Talking about Clem. Clem is trying to figure out what is happening on this side of the map, of course. He's only seen a single pylon, and it's going to have to make him a little bit worried here. He's making a Hellion, probably in order to get more scouting information. The Reaper here sees the probe, does manage to put it out of its misery. After putting it in a whole lot of misery. And there we go. Does see the gateway now. He knows what he's up against. The depths here. Ooh, that are gonna get the Reaper. Excuse me, Clem? Clem's making a third base. Alright, well, if nothing... I mean, if this doesn't work out, nothing probably ever will for MAXPAX, I'm gonna say. We do have a medevac coming up. That's 8 depths right here. Looking for a battle. removed from the bunker, most likely. And that is a weird engagement, I would say. Quite a bit of free damage onto a couple of those debs. The Marines getting into the bunker in time. Debs now shading onto the SCVs, trying to keep from being surrounded. And targeting down the Marines as well as the Hellions. Stalkers coming in as well, but... I mean, it looks like... yeah, Clem, I mean... He just knows how to handle these things, doesn't he? Jeez Louise. I mean, he's making a third base for this. How many gateways are we on? Only 3. Okay, that's fair. I thought we would be with 4. There's no shield batteries here. Clem is just moving forwards. He's targeting down whatever is the lowest on HP and single target fire, whatever is left. Finding the safety of his bunker. Yeah, Clem absolutely fine here. Not losing much. Having a third base. So, yeah. Oof. MAXPAX definitely turning up the aggression, but looks like Clem figured out what was coming. Okay, should try to target down SCVs this time around. That is what he's going to go for. The Stalker's coming from the other side to try and pick off Marines as they're busy dealing with the depths here. Banshee on the opposite side with 3 Stalkers immediately warped in, ready to defend. We don't have Cloak, so the Banshee's going to have a rough time here. Fairly headstrong Banshee. That is... Oh my... Oh, you're kidding me. Could not been seen there. Alright. Gets into the main base. The 2 Stalkers with Blink Hod on his heels. Yeah, doesn't get anything. Alright. Things don't get worse for MAXPAX for now. But it still doesn't feel all that great. At least he managed to get his own third base rolling. Right, that is now mine in here. Warp-in location will be dealt with, although we do have a flying warp-in location almost about to be ready as well. Warp Prism going to be the next threat. Would like to see a couple of supply depots here on that edge in the main base of Clem, since it is still in darkness. Fog of War will cloud that area, of course, and could be an awful surprise if suddenly a ton of Zealots were being warped in there for quite a while. Blinkstalker snipe away at a tank and do manage to get it. Losing a couple of their brethren, but I mean, getting the siege tanks here is quite useful for the Stalkers. I don't know if it was worth it, just pure numbers wise, but I mean, they are the biggest threat, right? If you have the Stalkers, you can blink micro around quite a bit, but if the siege tanks are set up in multiple locations, suddenly that option is no longer really available. Same could be said for War Prism harassment, right? It's a whole lot more difficult to pull off if there's just siege tanks kind of set up defensively. Clem was building a supply depot here in the Shroud of Darkness, but looks like the War Prism kind of got there at the same time. Oh, that could be rough. The War Prism might die. Yeah. It was low enough on the HP that the Widowmine did manage to finish it off. Clem here, man, he is just he's just dismantling his opponents again. Might be the worst situation that we've seen MAXPAX in so far. 10 minutes. When it looked like it might have been okay, right? Clem going for 3 bases. The gateway pressure going unscouted for quite a while, and then it's still just like, alright, well, I guess you're just on top of my adepts and you just kill them with SCVs and Marines. Okay. I'm trying to dodge the force fields a little bit here with the help of a medevac. Some Widowmines making not the best connections, and looks like Clem will have to move away from this location. The army of MAXPAX too big to fight for the time being. Another Widowmine there, does get a Stalker. The more Stalkers go down, of course, the better it is for those medevacs. More chance of escaping. The army for Clem just kind of drops right on top of the, well, the unnatural base here. Gets a couple of stalkers and just kind of moves on with his life. I swear again, that macro for CLEM is starting to kick in. Look at that. Second army already geared up to go. And we'll be moving in towards that fourth base of MAXPAX. Most likely won't stick around for that much longer. CLEM on the other side, managing to get a good deal of Zealots killed off. Single Colossus will be able to kind of force this back for a little bit, but no extended thermal lance. Once more, the second attack now starting to hit home as well. I think we are fairly close to that GG mark once again here. One single Immortal does get picked off before the left flank of CLEM does collapse. So that's one thing going into favor for MAXPAX. We'll be able to send everything to this right flank now. But is it just too little? Is it just too late? It might be. It very well might be. The Nexus is already down. The shield battery is still overcharged. So one saving grace here, buying a bit of time. But look at what else is coming. Look at this. Just marauders, marines, all coming across, looking for a turn on of shooting a couple of Protoss units in the head. The video game, and here we are. Another push from CLEM. He's not quite cleaning it up, but right now it's just a matter of time. He has more bases. He's killing off these important units still. Right, there's nothing really stabilizing for MAXPAX here. And CLEM is just ahead in the economy. He's just going to outpower. Once again, he's outgrown his opponents and will just parade push once again over his opponents. GG. 4 points for CLEM. Daunted, thank you so much for the Fool's Day. Those are quite a couple of points right there. Very much appreciated, man. Helping out the channel. Oh, guys. This might be the last one already, huh? Not that fantastic. Let me see if I can do this thing right here. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Main screen. I can't find it. You know what, let's just add a source then, shall we? Let's just do it right now. Display capture, Lemo, this one. There we are. Alright, so, this, my good friends, is the Maturino, right? All you gotta do is sign in, use whatever you want. I like to use the purple button right there. Lovely stuff. And then, once you get yourself the code, which is...
Nuclear missile ready.
Right, I forgot I was over there now. Which is why I'm gonna do a quick one of these. Oh, I was muted as well. Of course I was. The Maturino, guys. The Maturino, very important place. Very important thing to do. Help us out with. Quite easy thing. Let me get myself that code, actually. Because I wanna do it as well. And then afterwards, we'll jump into the game. Just a short moment to... help out the StarCraft scene. Blamo, coupon code AX330 contributes. And blam, that is now in the prize pool for these players to win 50 cents. If we all pitch in, that would be fan-bloody-tastic. Alright, I guess you guys didn't see me really good at it. But you know what, you're gonna have to take my word for it. It's on there. I'll prove it to you if you want. Alright, so, well then. Well. Is it going to happen? Is he going down 5-0? I did not expect that to happen, really. I thought this man in the blue, the Protoss player from Denmark, MAXPAX, would have been able to get himself a couple of victories here, but... unfortunately, not quite working out. In the bottom left side, the red Terran player. Team Liquid's CLEM. Actually, wait a moment. Isn't that the picture of the of the Albanian field mouse. I think it is, actually, yeah. The Albanian field mouse representing right there. I don't see those very often, do you? I'm representing them here as his profile picture on StarCraft 2. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now, you gotta give credit to MAXPAX though. I mean, he is sticking to his guns. To be fair, he's being watched by CLEM like a hawk though. CLEM not getting his eye off of this place. Wants to make sure that he knows that what exactly is going on here in the base of MAXPAX. Might even get a probe. Shield battery does finish up. Yeah, 4-0 is quite mentally challenging. For some people, it's can also be a relief, right? Because if you're already convinced that you're gonna 5-0, that is when you can just kind of be like, all right, well, I guess it doesn't matter. You can kind of come to grips with it, and then it kind of depends on how quickly you can kind of get yourself through that mind space. To be okay with a potential 5-0, that might just free you up a little bit more so to put everything you go in the game. At least we've seen this from a player like Cure, for example, right? I know that he's had that happen to him. But yeah, will it happen to MAXPAX? I don't know. Seems like quite a fortunate skill to have in a game like StarCraft 2. It's all up to the individual. Robotics facility going to be joined with the blink upgrade here for MAXPAX as CLEM is heading down the road of another tech lab on this factory right next to the starport. We'll have to see what he goes for there. Or if he's just gonna, you know what, slightly move his factory upwards and make a reactor right next to it. Kind of as a way to taunt his opponents. Just wasting money on add-ons he doesn't need. It's the next step, the manor add-on. You start building add-ons with barracks everywhere and start leaving them. A little bit of a kerfuffle. This could be rough here. The Hellions probably the prime target that you want to try to target down. They are very quick, very nimble, and an easy tool to chase down a couple of probes. The probes do manage to get themselves secure behind these Stalkers. And the Stalkers holding their own very, very well. And that is the end of that fight already. Bit of lost mining time, but MAXPAX, I don't think he lost a single probe. Maybe one single probe. But that's already it. Liberator wasn't quite ready yet, but coming across the map now. This could work out for CLEM, actually. Because those Stalkers running across the map won't be able to deal with the Liberator. What else do we have? I guess we do have still 2 Stalkers and a potential warp in. Lane and Reaper trying to regain entry here. Again, casting a bit of a distraction. As the Liberator starts setting up, immediately Stalkers get warped in though. That's a good sign. See, targeting down the probes manually. Trying to get as many as possible. And gets a Stalker as well. Blink Stalkers in the main base of CLEM though. Looks like they do get themselves a Viking. But 2 of them get shot down as well. Not that much remaining there for that unit's lost tab. Not really going into anyone's particular favor, but we do see CLEM once more. That macro, that is his department, truly. He's going to have that 3rd base finishing up pretty soon as the 3rd base for MAXPAX. At least it's on location, but only just now being put down. Ooh, Brave Blink forward is going to be able to get the siege tank here and should be able to get the bunker as well. SCV's not pulled in time to get the repair on that. The Warp Prism dangerously low. Has to have the Stalkers in front of the Warp Prism for a little bit here in order to protect it. taking a fight right there. Oh. That's not what we want to type. What I wanted to do is this. There we are. Again, kind of going up on equal footing. I suppose we are seeing CLEM not mine from that third base, so that is a benefit here. We see 23 out of 16 SCVs, kind of oversaturated there. 3 siege tanks should be able to keep the main base secure. And then we have the Marines and the siege tank at the natural base, kind of keeping that on lockdown as well. What's MAXPAX doing behind this? He's getting himself once again the robotics bay. Charges coming in and 4 more gateways. He knows he's playing a dangerous game here. Grabbing the tiger by its tail, but as long as you have its tail, you may have a shot at fighting him, right? You have a lot of control with keeping an opponent from taking that third base when they would like to. Not sure for how much longer he can keep this contain going, though. Stalkers, they are getting some value against these Marines. Remember, they don't have combat shield just quite yet, nor do they have stim, so Stalkers trading alright there. But that is a third base now well established in this location. Viking on the left side is also looking out for the War Prism. Funnily enough, directly in the path of the War Prism. Starks will have to come to rescue that one. It's a lot of siege tanks, isn't it? Look at that. 6 siege tanks in total here. In a lovely line, all being spotted by this one observer. The main base is open. It's exposed. War Prism tries to come in here, but it's too low on the HP. The Viking managed to get enough damage on there to, well, take out the threat, really. What do you do here, MAXPAX? Do you take a 4th base? Do you try to just get your high tier units up as quickly as possible? It's a rough thing to call, really. He's kept CLEM off his side of the map, though, for quite a while now. But we are once again reaching that 10-minute mark. The army supply is remarkably similar, but the worker count definitely in CLEM's favor. So it might be more so towards that 11-minute mark again here, where we will see CLEM coming in on 2 sides. Really shutting down his opponents. 4th bases for both players in production. CLEM getting ready for the +2/+2. Nice spotter Marine there, being able to see the army movements. CLEM checking the area. Finds it's okay for now. There we go. Another scan does reveal it. So close yet so far away. Fight not gonna happen just quite yet here. Can't say I blame MAXPAX. I mean, he doesn't even have extended thermal lance. Been having fights an awful lot here without the extended thermal. But here we go, alright. He goes regardless. There's a lot of siege tanks in the back and even more bio to back it up. Couple of siege tanks on the front. I think that may have been 1 or 2. Looks like 2 did manage. No, well, he did get another siege tank at another point. So that was only 1 siege tank there. Getting its life taken away from him. These Colossi doing a fair bit of AoE damage, but the Vikings and the siege tank targeting them forced them backwards. No longer in that nice position to sweep away at the Marine and the Marauders down below. Right, yeah, 4th bases will be operational for both players. Ooh, this is nice. Is it? It is. There we are. Okay, that's a good start. If that type of stuff keeps happening, of course. Well, then clearly Clearly, Clem started drinking a little bit early to celebrate his victory, but that could be a way for MAXPAX to get himself back into this. Okay, we may have both players getting to a position where both of them have the maxed out army. Clem arriving to this position quite a bit sooner than his opponent. Managed to get a very good mix of units overall as well, I would say. A little bit low on the Viking and Liberator number, but he does have the Ghost. The Ghost not EMPing just quite yet. The Zealots all get in with quite a bit of HP. The Siege Tanks weren't sieged either. But it looks like MAXPAX not pushing in any further. Will try to get himself out of there. Probably the right call, seeing how much damage he still took on the way out. Well, both of them definitely taking a dent in the army supply. Let's see if we can see that over here. Yeah. You know, it was an equal trade. So, good job there by MAXPAX. Because right now, if things are going equal, I would say, you know what, that is a victory for MAXPAX right there in my book. Because things just seem out of whack quite a bit when Clem is playing. Never took out these rooks, by the way. A bit surprised. He's taking out these ones now. Although, with the Liberators and the Siege Tank heavy army, maybe he does want to... Maybe he does want to have those rocks available. Make it more difficult for the Protoss to move around the liberation zones, right? Alright, Sensor Tower is picking this army movement up. There we are, Clem moving to respond to this. It's already fairly close by, so helps him out quite nicely. Liberation zone's about to finish up as well. Or well, they're on the way. MAXPAX. I mean, you know, the trade's not that bad for him this time. Starting to push in the middle. See how he manages to operate the full supply army of the Protoss here. It's a bit terrifying to push into that Bioforce though, of course. Especially with the infrastructure behind it here as well for Clem. Clem will be able to mess up the AI of your units quite a bit. Is that another planetary fortress in the making? I'm not even sure. Ooh, this is nice. There's 2 War Prisms. Wait a moment, that has been going on for a while. 2 War Prisms in the main base. As a lot of siege tanks here get cleaned up. Nice ghost snipes though on the Zealots. Very quick reaction there. A lot of DTs there they are. That's what's causing all the trouble. 7 workers so far. A couple of Zealots running in as well. Clem decides, you know what, I'm sending just the bare minimum to deal with this efficiently, and then we will just have the rest of the army still somewhere in the middle, because that Protoss force is still on the prowl looking for whatever it can. Getting a siege tank right there in the middle. Not bad. Okay. Army supplies somewhat in a good position here for both players. The economy, of course, was a little bit better for Clem, but you have to remember, Clem is going to mine out a lot sooner than MAXPAX because of the mules. Right, should have his bases mine out sooner, so if we do get in this split map situation, which we are in right now, we have these bases starting to mine out. Slowly but surely, the advantage should go into MAXPAX's favor. That is, if MAXPAX does manage to get some more favorable trades, right? Cannot afford to be behind on the trading, because ultimately that could be a quick way to then still lose the game. but just not having enough. Couple of DTs in the back here. That's always a very cool strategy. You'll be able to blink them behind the bio forces. And that way you kind of stop them from microing backwards. Oh, that is a... not the best DT harassment I've ever seen, unfortunately, there. Walking into the missile turret after getting scanned. Planetary Fortress and a siege tank dealing with them rather quickly. This fight right here is getting a little bit weird. Missile turrets just shooting away, and now he's using mules to try and block the path of these units right here. Stop them from escaping. Oh, MAXPAX, he's taking such a beating on the way out here. Trying to make a nice rotation, but moving past 2 planetary fortresses and an entire wall of missile turrets. Losing his, well, yeah, let's say his entire army here. And there is nothing left. GG is called. CLEM. I mean, what a guy.